Good evening. It's a pleasure to connect with you today through the Women Changing the World online summit. Welcome to the importance of sharing your story. Our workshop celebrates storytelling as a pathway to business growth, community connection, and global impact. I'm Trish Tonaj, and I will introduce my passion project, shareyourstories.online, as a platform empowering entrepreneurs to increase their visibility and influence. I will highlight the power of storytelling, not only to inspire great ideas, but build trust and credibility as we connect with our communities and serve as role models for future generations. I've been called a master storyteller and learned through experience that sharing stories contributes to our success in both income and impact, providing opportunities to create meaningful change through visibility, collaboration, and community engagement. I'd like our time today to be interactive, and I'll ask you to open a blank tab on your browser so you may participate and take action along the way. To start our session, I'd like to ask you to participate in an informal survey. Let me know if one of these three statements resonates with you. Who's interested in increasing their visibility? Looking to collaborate with other like-minded individuals? And what about building connections, sharing thought leadership, and community? Thank you so much for sharing. In response to all of these questions that face many of us as entrepreneurs, I created shareyourstories.online with three core pillars: visibility, collaboration, and community. Welcome to my passion project. This is our homepage, and I'd like to introduce you to the platform. Feel free to open a tab in your browser and join me. We are an international community of entrepreneurs and enterprise leaders who are passionate about their business and breaking barriers to success. So far, we have featured over 500 business stories on 5 continents. 97% of our business owners are corporate leaders who have taken the leap to business owner, and 75% are women. We meet quarterly online through networking events, and I have had the pleasure of interviewing over 250 business owners on our podcast, Business Mentorship, Keepin It Real. Last year, we introduced 2 micro-marketing grants in support of entrepreneurship and breaking barriers to success. This year, we launched an annual digital magazine celebrating your great ideas. And behind the scenes, we have an international volunteer advisory board. We facilitate cyber introductions and encourage collaboration to build revenue streams and leave a lasting impact. Because I am forever curious about small business opportunities, in recent months, I completed an informal Google search on our global market. And I'd like to share a few statistics that I found very interesting. I had no idea there were approximately 665 million global entrepreneurs. Approximately 30%, or 252 million, are women. In most countries, 80% of job creation comes from companies with less than 5 employees. And the most common barrier to success is still funding. I'm sure you'll agree, those numbers permit a tremendous opportunity to not only build revenue, but create a legacy, leaving a lasting impact. Today, as we invest in ourselves, I encourage you to pause and think not only about your impact locally or nationally, but internationally and globally. Based on the feedback I've received from meeting business owners just like you and me, I'd like to share 3 reasons why it's important for you to share your story. Everyone agreed when I asked if you were interested in increasing your visibility. It's how we connect with our target market and build connections. It is also the foundation for creating our brand image. How and what we share is an important part of our marketing strategy, creating connections with our target market. As we build followers, we support our mission and vision, and even explain our why. It is where we have the opportunity to communicate the products and services we provide while sharing the passion for what we do. At the same time, we're building our long-term credibility. We've all heard people buy from those they know, like, and trust. And what we share helps to forge that connection. The more places where we control the narrative in our own words reinforces our brand, increases awareness, and connects us with prospects while supporting us as an expert in our field. Visibility actually supports our credibility. The second is marketing assets. I know we all have multiple social media accounts. Posting content is part of what we do. What we post is part of our marketing strategy. It's where we share thought leadership, resources, and communicate our products and services by introducing us to our target market. It's where we fill the sales funnel with prospects who will convert to customers and eventually become brand advocates, introducing us to their friends and family with referrals and testimonials. I call this liquid gold, the place where great ideas convert into sales and revenue. Sharing assets supports the foundation for our visibility. Every article, newsletter, podcast, and networking event presents an opportunity to create content, introducing the person behind the logo, building trust and connection with our followers. It's where we actually control the narrative to our story. And I'm sure you'll agree, marketing assets create a buzz about our biz. How many of you currently use AI? I'm by no means an expert, but if you're like me, we're always having to increase our knowledge base and learn new skills. Just to provide you with a little context, I started my first business when there were no cell phones, no laptop computers, or Google. So just think of the change and transformation throughout the years. And I know as small business owners, we are a resilient and tenacious group. And I'm sure, like you, I've attended a few webinars on the how-to for AI. And I'd like to share a few things I've learned that's become very helpful when using this tool. Our platform, shareyourstories.online, starts with our guest blog. It's where you share your story, tell us a little bit about your business, your light bulb moment, and 3 words of advice. You include a short bio, a headshot, and a logo as part of your business feature. It's the foundation for storytelling. But have you ever put your name into one of the platforms and read the information about you and your business? Let's give it a try. Take that browser, and I don't know about you, but I've tried Google, ChatGPT, and Perplexity. They're all AI platforms where we can ask questions and it will provide us with a response. So choose one of your favorites and type in this question. Act as a PR agent and tell me a little about, now you can insert your name or your business name. Give it a few seconds to pull all the resources you've shared on you and your business. This is a great place to see how we've controlled the narrative. Now, I'm sure things have started to pop up for you now. What does it say about you? Is there a short paragraph or a short story? I was completely amazed when I read about my business. And of course, as I already mentioned, AI takes what's already on the World Wide Web, summarizes the information, and shares it with you. So it's really important for us to control the narrative of what we share as part of our content marketing, because it will be found and used in the future. I found when I was using this as an amazing tool, and I had my own light bulb moment, when I realized this was a great opportunity to create things like a short bio. If you're a speaker, it will even do a speaker sheet for you. And as an author, you can also do a summary of your book, even a presentation with slides and notes. You know, the possibilities are limitless. It's a time saver, it's an editor, and a fact checker. And I know we're only touching the tip of the iceberg. And as time moves along, we'll find numerous ways to use AI. It will help us as small business owners to work smarter, not harder, as we expand and grow. And it's a great tool to share your story. And finally, to me, the most important reason to share our stories is we become role models, not only to each other, but as a living example of, if I can do it, you can do it, for the next generation of entrepreneurs. And you know what? I really didn't understand this aspect of being a small business owner until I'd been in business for a number of years. I found it's when we reflect and recognize that all our hard work has given us a certain level of success. Perhaps it's during an expansion, or when we hired our first employee, found new ways to collaborate with other business owners, or someone in the community highlights how we've made a positive contribution through our example. Eventually, we begin to understand that our contributions, no matter how small, do have an impact. I think about all the features we've shared and the comments I've received from individuals around the world who are inspired by your stories. And I can honestly say that even after being in business for 30 plus years, I still learn something from every individual I meet. Your stories do have an impact. And the best part is, when we connect with our communities by selling our product or service, we also volunteer our time. We donate to local charities and join service clubs, giving back to those who support our great ideas. And all of these things really lead to us becoming and being a role model in our communities. You know, it's true what they say. You never know who's watching your journey and being inspired. Now, hopefully, I've given you some reasons to believe in the power of storytelling. So this is your opportunity to join us with your feature. Take control of the narrative and share your business story, not only to increase your visibility and create marketing assets, but become a role model for each other and for other would-be entrepreneurs who may have their own great idea. You know, if we've learned anything over the years, it's that storytelling is how we support and learn from each other. And if we're looking for sustained success, how we connect with our communities demonstrates both our corporate and social responsibility. So sharing our stories will support both the income we create and the impact we leave behind. In our guest blog, we end every story with this quote: "May your legacy create a footprint of success for the next person who steps into your shoes." And I know, as women changing the world, you are already a business owner with impact. Now, I encourage you to share your story. Why? Because together, we are making a difference, one story at a time. And this will give you an idea of some of the over 200 people that we've featured on our platform. And we certainly look forward to sharing your story. Thank you so much for joining me.